Okay, hello everyone. So in today's video, I'm going to share you an update regarding my challenges, my trading journey. So we pretty much have two accounts. So right, this is in a very deep drawdown. So I don't expect much from this account anymore. Although I'm still so the maximum drawdown is about 600. So it's about 9% in drawdown. So that's not a very good. It doesn't look very good. So I'll be risking in this trade. I'm planning to risk only like $20 or $10, and maybe uh slowly try to get back to break even and all. That's what I'm planning. So but I'm not going to be trading this account that often anymore, because it is very in a very deep drawdown, as I have another account. So we pretty much have two accounts. So this was the from the funded next competition, the challenge that we got. And if we look at this account, we almost passed the challenge. The profit target was 2,500. Yesterday we hit about 2,000. This one, if I'm not mistaken, I think we hit about 2,200, something like that. But then we closed it at 1,700 in total. That's overall. That is what I mean. So if we look at the statistics, so this is pretty much the curve. Or these are days where I just trade in order to get to not let the account be breached because of inactivity. So I'm just trading these small lots. So the real trade started probably around this region. So we went down a bit, and then slowly we come back up. So this is the detailed statistics. Our average risk to reward is about 1:3, and our win rate is slightly greater than 50%. Although this statistics is not that much reliable. So and if we go to for the next December competition, currently we are in rank 816. So regarding the competition account, I don't other than the August competition, I on September, I think I take some trades, but then I hit the daily loss, so I don't continue. In October, I didn't. Although I registered, I didn't take any trades and all, if I'm not mistaken. So even November competition, I didn't join, and so on December, I decided to do take the competition again, because I'm trading anyway. So why not give another try on the competition. So currently, if we look at our profile, we are up about let's see, about 11 12%, I guess, around 12%. But it is a high risk trading strategy. The risk management side, it needs to be high risk, because we cannot trade the lot size that we want on a particular pair. So we just, if we are bullish on Euro USD, I just simply buy anything, uh, the major pairs which have USD as the opposite side. So something like AUD USD, GBP USD. So if I'm bullish on Euro USD, I just buy the other USD pair that have USD on the later side. So currently we're ranked about 815, and we will be planning to be in around the top 50, because or around top 25, right? Where they give the prizes, the main prizes. So we'll try to get there. Although as you can see, uh, f- uh, from last month, the rank the ranking, those top rankers, their rank are very the percentage that they secured are very high, more than 150%, and also it will be very hard to surpass those ones. But it doesn't matter. We'll just try to get the maximum we can. Not Although it's a competition, we will not be competing that much. We will be trading just what we see, and let's see how we manage to pull this account. So we will be trading mostly news. So it'll be and there is a high chance that we will blow this account, but then it's just a competition account anyway, so there's not much risk involved here, although we will still try to pass with some risk management. And if we go to funded engineer side, it was a very bad day, it was a very pretty much bad month, although we almost came back around here, but then the chart it is going down like this. So there were many instances where we could have went up. Okay, i'll I'll be honest with you guys, there were many days if we have uh executed the trading setup perfectly, we might have passed, or we will be in positive. But as a human, as a trader, so we cannot execute everything as planned, right? So this is a very bad equity curve, although we started pulling up slightly in these days. So right now we are in about almost break even, so we are 101 in drawdown, so that is about 0.5% in drawdown. So I've been trading this for about almost 3 to 4 months, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not sure. Started this September, October, November, so it's about 3 months. And funded next, it's more than around 4 months. I've been trading it, although we don't fail. We are right now in break even. So my aim is to pass the funded next challenge by this December. That's my aim, although anything can happen, but that is my aim, because if I don't pass by this December, then I'm pretty much in a bad spot, because there is not much income. So if you want to support me, do use the affiliate links down in the description below. So just let's just go to yesterday's trade that brought us to almost passed our challenge. So it was this trade from here to here. The trade was this one. We were trading the automatic data processing non-farm employment change. So that was, if we go back yesterday, so yeah, we were trading this one, this non-farm employment change. So the idea behind this one I want to explain. So we know that we are going to have a high impact news at 6:45, so we were eyeing on this during this time. So we see that as the as news was approaching, price started coming back down, and we see that it was reaching these lows. So before that, we have a huge impulsive move after taking the day's low. We see a huge impulsive move breaking these highs. This is a possible trend line, but then it's not. I'm assuming that this was a trend line. So we have a huge impulsive move after taking out the day's low. This was the previous day low. After taking the day's low, we have a huge impulsive move breaking this hypothetical trend line, and we started approaching downwards, and we were approaching the news. So just before news, it was about around 30 minutes from the news. So it was about 1 hour. Before 1 hour of the news release, we tapped into the intraday low, and at this point I was planning to buy, but I didn't immediately buy it, because when I was seeing how price reacts after taking out the day's low. So my first observation was, when it take out day's low, we didn't get much what to say impulsive move to the downside as it broke the low. So this was a pretty small candle, the candle that broke the low. So I didn't take an entry. So I was waiting for a quick tap down and get back in, but we didn't get that one, so I didn't decide to take the entry. So price was actually hovering below the intraday's low here, and it was finding it hard to come back up. So at this point in time, I was not convinced that price would be going up, and I keep on waiting, and price went up, come back down. So in the 1 minute time frame, we can see that this was a 1 minute time frame downtrend, right? So price was respecting this one still, and after hitting the trend line, it come back down once more time, taking out this liquidity again. As you can see here, it swept, and after that sweep we have a huge impulsive move. This was the move that I was actually looking for to happen it in here, but it happened in here. So at this point in time I was actually planning to take a trade somewhere at this point, but then I didn't take the trade. And after we see this yeah, huge impulsive move, we even broke this trend line. At this point I decided that I should just take the trade, because news was also approaching in about, I don't know, around 30 minutes. In about 30 minutes the news was going to be released, and we just swept the liquidity below this low. So I was somewhat convinced that price will be going up, so I decided to take the trade on the pullback of this move at about at the 70% level. So 70% was around 443. So I kept my pending buy limit at 443. So right now it says 442, but yesterday I kept my buy limit at 443. I keep my buy limit at 440. Stop loss was about 3 pips, so it was about 1 pip below this. Not exactly 1 pip, more than 1 pip, around 1.4, 1.5 pips. I kept it below there, and we just waited for news. And then just before news, we got tapped into the trade, and then quickly after tapping into the trade, price started going up. And then what happened was, we were at that moment, after getting into the trade, we were still not sure whether it is going to go up or it is going to go down. So it was about at this moment, when price was about at around 5 at 6, so the news was going to be out at 6:45. So at around 6:44, price was in and around this level, we were in profit. So at this moment, and just before the news release, since anything could happen, I decided to keep my stop loss somewhere below this low. I don't want to keep it at exactly break even, because if I keep it right here, then because of the price fluctuation due to the uh, what to say news, low liquidity, we might get tapped out and price might go back up. That was one thing that could happen. So I didn't want to keep my stop loss at break even, but I kept it below this low. So everything is recorded actually here, the trades that I took, the whole process here in this video. But then this video is just way too long, so I won't I'm just saying that I'll make a new video. So this is about the thought process that I was having during the trade. So according to the trading plan, the target was actually right here in the intraday's high. So my target was at 8004. I still remember it. It was just yesterday. This was the trading, according to the trading plan. This was uh the trading plan. Okay, 8.12 risk to reward, but I didn't take this. Okay, I didn't take my profit out right here, because if I get if I set my take profit at 8066, okay, around here, then I could pass the challenge. Okay, because of this reason, I follow my trading plan. I was just hoping that price will reach here and pass the challenge. That was my bet. I just risk it, so that if price hit this level, then I can relax. So I tell myself that okay, although it's out of my trading plan, the risk and the reward, it is somewhat okay. So I decided to not take the profit here, but keep my take profit here. But as you can see, price didn't reach here, but we still managed to close it at some profits. So I'm going to take you through what happened. So as price was approaching the news, I kept my stop loss here, and I go to the I was actually training with my friends, so we go to the news, and we look at the previous and forecast. So when we look at the previous and forecast, according to this previous and forecast, it says that it is going to increase, right? The value, if the value increase, then it will be good for USD. That means euro will be going down. That was so that what we keep in mind about that thing. And there are two things that can happen, either price, and there are actually three things that can happen. So price, it is greater than 131. The actual value is greater than 131. If it is greater than 131, then price will pretty much come down and hit the stop loss. Okay, so but if when the result is out, if if my trade is still in profit, okay, it does not hit stop loss yet, and if I got the value that is greater than 131, the plan was to close the trade wherever it is as soon as we see the actual value. So that means if the value was greater than 131, we will be closing this trade wherever it is. Okay, if even if it doesn't hit stop loss and all, because according to the news, if it is greater than 131, then euro should go down. There was one thing that was in mind. And the other thing is, it is lesser than 100, the value is lesser than 131 but greater than 106, greater than the previous. Okay, so if it is greater than the previous, that means the value is good, but since it is less than forecast, okay, so it is not that good. So there can be some fluctuations. So if it is in that case, I say to myself that if it is in that case, I'll keep my stop at break even, and I'll see whether we can hit our take profit according to the trading plan. That was my plan. Okay, and the third case was the value is actually lesser than 106. Okay, so indeed it is lesser than 106. As soon as I see this, I was confident that price will go up. Okay, although I was not 100% confident, but then I believe that price will be going up. So that was the one thing that I kept in mind while looking at the values, trading the news. And the other thing was I look at the candlesticks as well. Okay, so when the news result came out, price started moving upwards. Okay, price started moving upwards, but in the first 1 minute candle, we got a retracement of greater than 50%. So the first 1 minute candle was very bad for a bullish setup like ours. So according to the first 1 minute, I was not confident that price will continue going up because the pullback was too much. It started pulling back down, and then around 3 minutes after the news release, we got the value that is 103. Okay, so at that point I was pretty much very confident that price will probably go up. But at that point, even then, since the 1 minute candle, the retracement was too big, I kept my stop loss at around big. I don't remember whether I kept it or not, but if it's the case for now, then I will keep my stop loss at break even. And I observe the first 5 minute candle. So if the first 5 minute candle is red, okay, then we are pretty much in a bad situation. That's what how I analyze. So I will move my stop loss to break even no matter what. Although it says the news says it will go up, the market makers, they can manipulate price easily, so it doesn't matter. If this 5 minute candle is red, I'll move my stop loss to break even. That was what I did. And price actually made a bullish candle on the first 5 minutes, although it was not the most bullish candle. So at that point, I was pretty much convinced that price will be going up after it made a green candle on the first 5 minutes. But then anyway, I decided to move my stop loss to break even, and I decided to hold. Okay, and then price pretty much went in our direction, as the news also said that euro will go up according to this, since the news was bad for USD. So price started going up in our direction, and there was a situation right here. So according to the trading plan, I was supposed to take profit at this level. Okay, but then since I want to pass my account, I kept my TP here. Okay, so there was one situation that occurred right here when price started pulling back this red candle. So I decided to, I was thinking whether I should add to my position or not. Okay, it's in this video as well, where I say should I add to my position or not. Okay,
이상한에서 뭐
so let's just mute this.
trading plan 내가 이상한에서 target 아주
Mute. Okay, so just I type. Okay, let's go back. I type should I add to my position or not. Type it, but then where is it? I cannot find it. Okay, it should be below. Okay, I cannot. Okay, it's. Let me just try one more time. Let's try to find it in trading view. I type it. So this was the moment where I tried to add to the position or not. I was thinking to myself, should I add to the position? So if I add to this, if I add position to this trade, then I could, uh, in whole, I could take profit here, and I will exit exactly as according to the trading plan. But I decided not to take the add into the position. I was a bit skeptical because I have never done. Although I have done it before, adding to the position and all, but I'm not confident because I have not done that much adding to the position, adding into winning positions and all. So I decided not to add to the position, and price pretty much went to our TP, and after that it got our first pullback. At this first pullback, okay, that was pretty hard for us. Yeah, there was a lot of emotion going through, but I decided then I will risk it. So at this point I believe I still keep my stop loss at break even, and then it was a pretty much huge risk that I was taking. And then after that, after reaching this first support, price moved back up, almost hitting our take profit. We were like just 3 to 4 pips away from passing this account. Okay, around 2 to 3 pips. Yeah, around, it says here around 1 pip only, but then at that moment I think it was around 2 to 3, around 3 pips and all, before hitting our take profit. So we were pretty close here. If I have added when price came down here, then we could have passed the challenge when it went up here, but then even when it came down here I didn't add to the position, so I was not able to average out lower than the take profit. So the first take profit according to the trading plan was actually here, which we have hit many times. Actually, we have hit this take our initial take profit level many times, even after uh, coming down. Okay, so we didn't hit the take profit, and price pretty much came down again, all the way down here. At this point I was I think I lose almost like around for at one moment the profit went all the way through, I think around 1800. So at this moment when it came back down here, I was in profit of only like 900, so we lost about 50% of our profit at that moment. Oh, there were a lot of uh, thinking going through my mind. So there were different things that I thought. Sometimes I thought maybe I should regret it. Will I regret it doing this? So there was a lot of emotion going through. But then I remember that uh, I could not. I might, if price didn't came down here, I could have missed this whole move. So it was still worth it. So I decided to stay in the trade. So at this point I was still hoping that price will come all the way up here, but then I cannot simply ask the market to give me whatever I want, right? So I keep that one in mind, and I know that it might not come up to this high as well, although I'm hoping that price, or it seems to be bullish now, price will start it coming up, although I hope that it will come up. But I knew deep in my mind that it also doesn't need to come up here. So I have in this scenario I have another exit criteria, that is, if price started ranging before hitting my take profit level, if price started ranging, if something like this happened, then I will exit. in these highs. That was my other exit criteria. So since I have this exit criteria, I was still comfortable holding it. So price came up again. At this point I was like, yeah, it might go up now, but then price reversed again after getting this pin bar. And then I was still holding the trade. It tried another one more time, it couldn't, and then it come back down again. So at this moment I was pretty much convinced that price cannot price was forming a range. As you can see here, we were forming a range here. If you can get a rectangle box, we were pretty much forming a range. We were actually in this scenario. So at this point I was pretty much convinced that price cannot reach our take profit level, and it is started ranging now. So what in this last final push, I actually exited the trade. So I was looking at this move. When it came all the way here, I was hoping that price will break out. Okay, but then it didn't break out. It gave us another pin bar, but then I didn't exit yet at this trade. At this moment I say to myself that if we get another 5-minute red candle, then I will exit the trade. And then unluckily and unluckily, both of them, in this candle we tried pushing up again, but then we couldn't, and we ended the candle in red. So at this point I exited the trade at the end of this 5-minute candle. Just when this 5-minute candle closed, I closed the trade for a total profit of about 6R. Yes, if I'm not mistaken, about 6R. That was how we closed the trade yesterday. And after that, price pretty much broke down. We were so lucky that we actually got out at the top, if we can say. It's although it's not the top, like the moment we exited, price fell down. So we managed to get about 6R in profit. So yesterday was one of the longest trade I actually took in terms of staying in the trade. It was for about 3 hours, 3 to 4 hours. So it was pretty much a very tiring trade, because I kept on analyzing where should I go out, should I stay or not. So luckily we have our exit criteria, where if price didn't hit our TP, so according to that we exited the trade. Although it would have been lovely if it had reached up here, but then it didn't reach. So we pretty much closed the day in about 6 hours. So currently there is we are up about so this is the account yesterday. So this is the history. So we add okay, I forgot to tell you, I actually added some position right here. When it came back down, I think in and around this level, I added to another position so that I could average lower than this, because price was finding it hard. So I actually added a position, small lot here. I actually tried to add more lots, but then due to the leverage problem, I wasn't able to add another lot. So it allowed only around 0.5 r 0.5 lot. So I added only 0.5 lot. I tried to add actually around one lot, 1 point something lot, but then due to the leverage, I wasn't able to add the trade the lot size that I want, and I pretty much add whatever lot size was possible. So it was 0.5, so I add 0.5 lot. And then we almost if we have added although I tried to add here at that point, I was trying to add around 4 lots, but then we could not have added anyway that lot size that we tried to add, because I forgot about the leverage. The leverage doesn't allow us to add any more trade anyway. So this this idea of adding trade was not success. It will not be applicable anyway in this trading account. So this was the trade that we took. We profit about 11341. It actually at some moment it actually went all the way to 1800, but then we closed it at 13. So that was pretty much about trading the automatic data processing non-farm employment change. it was a pretty good trade, not in terms of the execution, but then like the management. There was, yeah, I feel that it was much better in terms of the management, how I managed the trade. Yeah, and the emotions going through yesterday. Okay, there was a very uh, fun emotions. Although it's actually not fun during those time, but there was a whole lot of experience that I gained. That I actually experienced it before, but then it was a good reminder that so anything can happen. And then right here today we trade this news. We sell right here. Price went down. My friend take the profit in around this level. So it is exactly the same thing, trading this and this. So actually for this one, it is about manipulation to the trend line. So because of that we broke down, but then according to the result it's going to go up. The result says that it will be going up here. uh, Although it is less than the forecast, it is greater than the actual, right? So since it is greater, then it is not good for euro, for USD, so euro will be going up. So it went up. Because of that it went up, because the news is much powerful, right, than the structure. Although the market makers can manipulate it however they want anyway still. So we cannot say it's greater, this one is greater than that one anyway. But then according to the news it went higher. So sometimes there are situations where although the news say it will go up, it still went down because price is actually uh, manipulated before the news result is out. Like let's just say it will be going down according to the news, but then they actually let price went all the way down before the news release. And when the news release, it of course went down, but then it doesn't went down long. It just shoot back up. So there are many psychology involved around trading news, and if we can excel in this news trading, then I think we have a pretty good chance in being to profitably trade news. So that is pretty much the analysis of yesterday's trade, and a quick glimpse of today's trade. We actually profit about 2% here on the December competition challenge account. Okay, so I think I got around 2 hours from this trade. So the setup was something like this. It was not the best risk to reward, although we never hit the low. But then when it came down here, I think I closed the trade. Quick scalp. So that is pretty much it regarding the whole thing about my current situation and how I'm trading. And if you like this video, then do like, share, and if you have any question, feel free to ask in the comment section and all. And that is it, trading the news. I hope you guys trade well as well, and let's hope we can beat the market.